Good morning, everybody, and welcome to some distance learning. I'm going to just take a couple of seconds to go over the proposal argument, just walk you guys through the slides. You can take your time and read through these more fully in your own time, but for right now, let's just get through this as quickly as possible so as not to bore you. So, the proposal argument, most common form of argument, basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking for a problem, proposing a solution to said problem. The paper is going to do two things. It's going to A, or one, show you your readers that the problem exists, and two, that you're going to show the solution is both practical and worthwhile. These are everywhere. Advertisements are kind of a key proposal argument, typically suggesting, okay, you have a problem. This product is a solution to your problem. Is your laundry dirty? Well, then this new form of Tide is going to get you all ready for having, super clean clothes. So types of proposals that you see out there, some local ones can be simply as how can the city promote the use of public transportation, or one that we're all concerned about right now is how can community health services be improved. Global problems that people face are what should be done to increase clean energy production, or what can countries do to protect themselves against terrorism. These are just like some examples of the type of problems that you could investigate for your essay. So the first part is going to be simply stating the problem. Demonstrate that the problem exists. Why should your audience care in the first place? Some problems are going to be obvious and are going to need less explanation, but then some are going to be more complex and you're going to need to give background. You have to explain the context of the problem in detail. So this is going to be part of your paper, is giving the research, the background, and really clearly explaining what the problem is and how far reaching it is. So, for example, if your topic was high school dropouts, how do we reduce the high school dropout rate? Why should readers care about the dropout rate at the local high school if they don't have kids, if they are not even concerned about the schools at all? What is the reasons that you can give for why the general people should care? So, taxpayers pay for social services that dropouts require, and you want to limit that. Students who have high school diplomas are earning substantially less. They're not contributing to the economy as much. So this demonstrates that the issue affects society as a whole, so is relevant and worth solving, right? Why is this affecting everybody? So once you have your problem, you need to propose the solution. So some solutions are self-evident. Others are going to be more complex. The more you're going to go into detail about including the steps that you want to implement and how much this stuff is going to cost, because a lot of times these solutions don't come cheap. So you also want to demonstrate that it will work. Facts, examples, maybe your own experience if you can comment on that. You can look at successful solutions. Maybe your solution was tried somewhere else and it worked wonderfully. So that could be another example. So if you're saying you could propose that government should do more to relieve student loan burden, you could list the reasons why certain changes would be beneficial. You could point to student-friendly practices in other country. You could even use a visual to support it. But be prepared to consider the consequences, intended and unintended, of the proposal. Do the benefits outweigh negative effects? You also want to make sure that it is feasible. Is it practical? I love this example that is provided for you right here. So let's say your problem is you want to reduce crime rates. Well, one solution to that problem, to high crime rates, could be you're going to put a policeman on every corner, and that's going to reduce crime because there's literally going to be a policeman standing on every street corner in the entire city. Well, do you A, want policemen to be standing on every corner of every street everywhere in the city? And also, is that actually cost effective? Is that actually going to be something that we can actually pay for, right? To have that many police officers all over the place all the time makes the solution not feasible. It cannot be done. So again, you want to make sure that your solutions are practical. You also want to talk about the benefits. Why is your solution the best solution to this problem? Because a lot of these problems are going to have multiple solutions that could be implemented, that could be tried. So your solution needs to be the best. what makes it the best solution? What are going to be the benefits from it? How would people and how are specific groups going to benefit from this solutions, right? So for example, how would students benefit from expanding campus parking? Fewer citations to improve morale. Lateness to class declines. That affects professors. College could earn more revenue from selling more parking passes. So it's not just how the students benefit, but how all the different stakeholders in the problem will benefit. And then lastly, you want to be thinking about opposing arguments. What are going to be the other solutions that people are going to be proposing that you're going to counter to prove that your solution is the best, right? And some objections to your problem could be strong. It's okay to concede and say, yes, on this point, they are correct, but point out the shortcomings of the rest of their criticism. So don't be afraid to concede certain points of the opposing argument. All right, so there you guys go. I went through that pretty quickly. If you want to read it in detail, I highly recommend reading chapter 15 of your book. That's going to give you a lot of good information. And also you have access to the slides so that you can view them and watch them at your own leisure and read through them. All right. Well, thank you all so much and have a wonderful day.